Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Is this really the final reckoning? The final Mission Impossible? It's Tom Cruise. Probably not. But it's a good ending to the overarching story. What I liked most about Final Reckoning is that it really does connect to the other Mission Impossible movies. It's not just another entry into Mission Impossible. It's not just, okay, Ethan Hunt is here. He's got another mission to do. He's got lives to save. No. He's got an entire world to save. And it connects to his other missions from the previous movies. And it's not just from what we see in the trailers, where a bunch of government officials reading off everything he did from previous movies. It's not just that. Something he stole in one of the previous movies is what ultimately led to the creation and the spread of the Entity, this massive AI thing that is taking over all of the world leaders' nuclear silos. The AI's ultimate plan, kind of dumb, but it is basically a computer, so it doesn't really think like a human. And we even get a major callback to Mission Impossible 1, and a character from Mission Impossible 1 even shows up, which I thought was cool. It was a nice surprise. It wasn't anywhere in the trailer, so when the guy shows up, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the guy from Mission Impossible 1? And then they confirm it, and as like they're all talking, I'm like, no, that's cool. So it's got a lot of connections to the previous movies, which I think is amazing. Tom Cruise is great. I mean, when isn't he? There's a lot of times Mission Impossible movies have not been great, a little hokey, a little corny, but Tom Cruise has always been great in them. Action sequences are fantastic. The ones that tease in the trailer with him hanging off of a plane, holy hell! There's also something else teased in the trailer where he's in a submarine and thus underwater. That too, insane. Like, it's a very long sequence, but it is intense. You're at the edge of your seat the entire time. And while you know he's going to survive, he's Ethan Hunt, this is Mission Impossible, so Tom Cruise ain't going to die in his own movie. But still, it's just so tense and so edge of your seat and so like, holy hell, what's going to happen? How's he going to get this done? How's he going to succeed? How's he going to escape? And it's just, it's an exciting sequence. Is Dead Reckoning perfect? Absolutely not. Like I said, the AI's plan, kind of dumb. And then you got our human main villain, who is just so generic. It's just like every other bad guy. I want to take over the thing so I can rule the world, so I can be in charge of the world. That's what every bad guy wants to do. The story can be a little disjointed at times. You can tell this was not necessarily planned as the final film, as we saw with Dead Reckoning Part 1. You know, this was supposed to be Dead Reckoning Part 2, and then there was most likely going to be a third film to end it all. So I feel like they squeezed two separate films, well, not separate films because they still connect, but two films into one, because the studio was like, oh no, Dead Reckoning didn't do as well in theaters, so let's just wrap this up. Let's just get it over with. So I feel like they rushed it a little bit, so the story feels a little, like I said, disjointed. But still, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, it's a fun movie. It's a good movie. If you're a fan of Tom Cruise, if you're a fan of the Mission Impossible movies, you're gonna enjoy this. It's a great ending to the overarching story. It's a great ending to the series, if it truly is the end, because who knows, it's Hollywood. And Tom Cruise has recently said he's going to be acting into his 100s, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get Mission Impossible fucking 20 and he's like 90 years old. So anything's possible. But it's still fun. It's still a good movie. The action sequences are great. The acting is great, not just from Tom Cruise, but Haley Atwell and Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, though. Small role, unfortunately, but he does get a moment to shine. Really shine, and it's fantastic to give his character and Ving Rhames that moment. I do recommend it. I do recommend Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, especially if you're a fan. I give Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, if it's really the final. We'll see. I give it an A-. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more movie and TV reviews, along with reaction comedy shorts. Join the channel membership for just $1.99 a month to be able to watch all videos before the public with early access. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.